Hey guys, the giveaway for the Xbox has officially ended for July. However, we will be having a giveaway in August as well, so you continue to like, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll be doing a giveaway every month. It might not be an Xbox this month, but it's probably going to be an Xbox this month. However, I'm going to announce the winner of July's video contest this Sunday on a video and on my social media channels. I will be using the YouTube username, so make sure you are watching. You will have 2 weeks to respond. If you do not respond, I'm going to give that away to another comment and I'll announce that then. So you have 2 weeks to respond if you are indeed the winner of the giveaway. I will also comment under the comment that you put on my video so that you know and get a notification. So I'll find that comment, I'll comment it on my video, and you'll get a notification knowing that you've won. So that's how I'm going to decide who's won. And then you just need to DM me via YouTube or via Twitter and send me your contact details, email, whatever, so we can get the delivery sorted. Okay? Good. Right, we've got another game here. This was just before they introduced the Death Prophet patch, so this is a game from yesterday, but it was a really, really exciting game because we got super late game and we had a very, very crazy composition, and we did so many switches in this composition as well. Like, we switched so many times from one thing to the other. So you can see here that I basically got pretty lucky early on, and I ended up picking up essentially a load of Tusk champions. So in my head, when you get this many Tusk champions to begin with, and a Swordman early on, you're basically like, we're gonna go Beast Warrior, because Tusk champion is a pretty cool Beast Warrior unit, and you get him level 2 early on, and I've almost got another level 2. Like, in my head, this is a Beast Warrior game. This is just happening. We are 100% Beast Warrioring. The only thing to pay attention to when you're in that situation is the fact that Beast Warrior is a very, very popular composition right now. So even if you pick up a Tusk champion, you do need to get some of your other core units in the go before you can fully commit to it. So for me, I was like, okay, Tusk champion, I'd really like to find like a level 2 werewolf and a level 2 swordsman, and then that's like good go button. The other core unit that I didn't have yet, and I think is something that is holding me back from fully committing at this point, is the Abyssal Guard. Like, Abyssal Guard is a core unit for a Beast Warrior composition. So for me, I was like, okay, right, I don't have many warriors apart from Tusk champion. I'm not really picking up many warriors either. So you can see I'm just sort of having a think about what the best option for me is in terms of picking units up. I'm picking up a couple of the assassins now because there is an option to go assassins, even though I don't actually think assassins are that good in the current meta. So I'm essentially just kind of keeping my options open at this point. So this is what you want to do in the early game. You're basically just picking up lots of different things. There are a couple of core units that you want to pick up to define compositions. For instance, Phantom Queen is a good defining unit for an early assassin composition. I never usually ever commit to Goblin mechs because I just don't think they're very good. But I think getting a level 2 Ripper early on is a really good way to sort of give yourself a head start with a Goblin mech composition. A good way to get a head start with a Mage composition is by picking up the Source early. For Hunters, it's going to be picking up any of your 3 Hunters, like Agathis Ranger, Skull Hunter, Shining Archer, Dwarf Sniper, Wind. I mean, you've got so many early Hunters you can pick up as long as you can get 3 Hunters on the floor. That's a good way to start a Hunter composition. Knights, I would say the units that you're looking for are going to be Hell Knight, and the units you're going to be looking for is also Lightblade Knight. They're like the 2 core knights that fit every single knight composition. Some of the other ones are a bit more flexible, but they are the 2 core knights, so that's basically what you'd be aiming for in that scenario. So in this game, I was feeling pretty lucky because I'd picked up a lot of pairs. I basically set myself up to get loads of pairs. As you can see, I've got a pair of swordsmen, I've got a pair of soul breakers, I've got another pair of Tusk champions. I have really set myself up to just have good, strong units on the field. I've also set myself up to potentially just add a random goblin bonus at some point if I wanted to. So I'm actually having a pretty good game here in terms of finding good early units. And the level 2 Tusk champion is doing some serious work for me as well. It's a good unit that I picked up very early on in this game. So again, like the core way to play the early game is just pick up as many units as you can, try and find as many pairs as you can, and then get as many 2 costs onto the field as physically possible. Now, this is a really big deal. This is a very, very, very big deal. The reason this is a very big deal is because I have found a swordsman level 2. Swordsman is still an incredibly broken unit, and actually, funny thing that Drodo did is they said in their update, they were like, we think the game's in a pretty balanced spot right now, so we're not going to do as many balance updates. And I was like, yeah, right. Like, Beast Warrior is broken. Like, Beast Warrior is just unbelievably good right now. So I'm hoping they nerf Beast Warrior, maybe nerf Swordman a little bit, because Swordman at level 2, if you get him level 2, he will literally carry your entire game. And I want you to watch the DPS and the damage done of my Swordman here, because he literally just like carries the entire fight by like quite a significant margin. Like a real significant margin is carried by Swordman. He's so strong, especially when he's spinning early on, because not many people have a lot of magic resist. So here I'm at round 8. I've got 10 gold or above 10 gold. I'm basically thinking about what I can pick up to keep myself above 10 gold, but also give myself the chance of picking up more pairs. Like actually having a level 2 Red Axe would be really nice because I get the cave climb bonus, and then I've got a level 2 Red Axe and a level 2 Swordman who are even harder to kill. So I'm now just basically thinking about pairs that I can pick up at this point. Got a pair of Skybreakers, got a pair of Soulbreakers, I've got, like I said, another pair of Tusk Champions. Again, I want you to watch the DPS of Swordsman. Like, if you can get a level 2 Swordsman, he will single-handedly carry your entire game, like, early game anyway. It just does so much damage. Even when he wasn't getting his spin off because he was attacking a God of War, he still comes out on top of the DPS meters. So Swordman is just, like, an incredibly good unit. Like, borderline broken, I think, at this point in time. So again, two things going through my mind right now: economy and also pairs. So I've got plus 19 gold. That is, by the way, this was just a ridiculous turn. Just so you can really appreciate how ridiculous this turn was, I decided to break my economy for the simple fact that I had a pair of werewolves just thrown at my face. The sod's law is I'll never find another werewolf again, but that sets up yet another pair. So now I've got a pair on the bench and 3 pairs on the field. So by just pure, analysis of numbers, we are gonna get these 2 stars over the next few rounds eventually. Like, at least some of them anyway. Like, you're gonna pick up like at least one of these pairs, just because there's no way your RNG can ever be that bad. Although I'm sure some people will say that the RNG can be that bad, and I fully appreciate that. I'm also looking at how I'm doing versus the 100% guys. It's a really good way to test your power by checking how you're doing versus the 100% guys. If you beat the 100% guys and you beat them convincingly, you're in a situation where you're like, okay, like I'm probably the strongest person in this game right now. And I think with my level 2 swordsman and the fact that I've got the warrior bonus, the beast bonus, I probably am just the strongest guy in this situation right now. I sold Red Axe to get over the 10 gold barrier with the win that I got there, because actually if I'm going Beast Warrior, Red Axe doesn't usually feature as a core unit of a Beast Warrior composition. He's kind of like a, if I have to run him, I have to run him kind of thing. So I decided to get rid of Red Axe to get the extra gold income, because I essentially, I'm on a good win streak here, but I do want to accelerate my gold income as much as possible, because I'd like to try and hit leveling up thresholds, and if I can hit the 2 stars, like the 2-star Soulbreaker, the 2-star Skybreaker, even the Ripper or Werewolf, like I kind of just want to hit those thresholds ASAP. So I've got no worries. So this is just the neutral round. I'm gonna have a drink while I'm in one of Riot's sound booths, so you might be able to hear some background noise. I'm sorry, because it's obviously a busy office, but this is the best place I can get the best audio quality from, so it's why I'm doing it here. And it's very hot, and my laptop is very hot, and it makes everything incredibly hot. This was a dumb turn, by the way. What you're gonna see me do here is I'm at 24 gold. I pick up the Thunder Spirit. The reason I pick up the Thunder Spirit in this situation is that essentially I'm looking for a potential out if Beast Warrior doesn't work out. Because I've got 3 good units for Beast Warrior, but I haven't picked up anything like Berserker. I haven't picked up anything like Doom. I haven't picked up anything like Pirate Captain. Not that I'd expect to this early on. It's very lucky if you do. But I haven't picked up like super hardcore core units from the Beast Warrior composition for me to say, okay, like Beast Warrior 100%, not changing anything here. I haven't got an Abyssal Guard. Abyssal Guard is actually one of the best units in the Beast Warrior comp because he's got such good aggressive stats. And actually not having an Abyssal Guard at this stage in the game, even just one of them, is a pretty bad omen for any kind of Beast Warrior composition. So what I do is I pick up the Thunder Spirit, because Thunder Spirit is a core mage unit. So if I was to transition from this into human mages or warrior mages, like Thunder Spirit gives me a core unit, and you can see here that I'm just like, okay, like I've just picked up a Thunder Spirit too, and I set myself up for this by picking up Thunder Spirit on the previous turn, because I knew that it's a good core unit to use to pivot out of anything into mages. Like if you get a Thunder Spirit too, you can pivot out of anything into mages, and mages generally a pretty solid build right now, as well as obviously you guys seeing 6 mages on my last video works out really well in the late game. A little bit harder to do now. They've removed Ogre Mage, and you know, I'll talk about that towards the end of this video, but it's definitely a core unit that I wanted to pick up because it gives me that potential out. And you can see here that I'm still beating everyone pretty easily. You know, I've got a lot of 2 stars on the field. That's basically the only thing you need to worry about in the early game. And so once I get to the next round, round 13, even though I don't have much gold, I'm leveling up here. The reason I'm leveling up here is the 2 reasons. I want to maintain my +3 win streak, which is massive. This is, you know, and also I've just picked up a bloody 2-star Ripper. I want to maintain my +2 win streak. And also I have a unit to bring on. Sometimes when you level up, it's not worth it because you don't have a good unit to bring on that's not going to make that much of a difference. You have to basically assess, I'm giving myself an extra slot, how much payoff is that extra slot going to get me for the unit that I'm going to put in? So in this situation, I had a 2-star Thunder Spirit. Of course, I'm going to level up and put a 2-star Thunder Spirit in because Thunder Spirit is just a good unit, especially early game. So you just shove a Thunder Spirit in there, and he's got a good basic attack damage. He's got a good basic attack speed, and the damage from his ability is actually really strong. So, like, obviously I'm just going to put Thunder Spirit in, even without the Mage buff. It just gives me much more power when it comes to dealing with people in the early game. So at this point I've picked up the Source as well, because I'm like, well, do you know what? We haven't really picked up any other really major key Beast Warrior units, and I've picked up like one of the only 100% key Mage units in terms of, you know, Thunder Spirit being really important for the mid game, and I've now got the Source. Like, I just need to find a Tortola Elder, and I can 100% transition into a human Mage composition, which would make me, I think, given the people who are in this game, and you'll see me look at the scoreboard soon, just assessing whether mages are good. And I think given this game, I saw a lot of warriors, I saw a few Glacier Knights. I was thinking mages are probably going to be pretty decent this game. Also, the fact there was a couple of feathered players, and feathered players are obviously one of the things that feathered are generally weak to is going to be mages. They kind of, feathered assassin can go toe-to-toe with mages, but I was on like a massive win streak right here. You know, I had a really, really strong comp. I wasn't worried about that right now. I was just looking at kind of the future. So at this point in the game, I'm like, okay, well, there's definitely a way I can transition here. I see a clear line of transition. The reason I picked up the Warpwood Sage, by the way, is that essentially if I picked up any unicorns, or if I picked up like a Razor Claw, he's just like a good unit to have on. So this is when I basically saw the light, and I was like, okay, right, I'm definitely going, like, I'm 100% going mages now, because I've got a level 2 Source. Like, I want mages. Like, I want mages to be a thing. The reason I didn't pick up the Fair Flaming Wizards is because I didn't need to. Like, there wasn't really any need for me to pick up Flaming Wizard, because I have such a strong composition that I could afford to wait until I found Tortola Elder. I'd pick up Flaming Wizard if I was in a situation where I had like 50 HP, and if I got a level 2 Flaming Wizard, that was just a really strong like core mage trio for the early game. But I could afford to wait until getting a Tortola Elder. There wasn't really any other need for me to sort of chill out and not wait. So, sorry, and to wait. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I didn't need to rush. There's no need to rush in this game. I'd rather value my economy here than picking up the Flaming Wizard, because the Flaming Wizard, in my eyes, wasn't really what I was aiming for. Obviously, Flaming Wizard would be good if I was going for 6 mages, but that wasn't really on my radar at this point. 6 mages wasn't really on my radar, because I was like, well, I've got a good front line. I've got a level 2 swordsman. I've got an almost level 2 werewolf. I just need to find a pirate captain, and bang, you know, I'm in a really, really good spot. Didn't have Shadow Devil, of course, which is an important thing to note, that Shadow Devil is a good core unit for any kind of 3-mage comp, but I still think I had a good strong comp to work with. This was a pretty sort of a throwaway round. I didn't really have anything, so I was actually pretty happy to just build my economy here. Very happy to just say, okay, like, you know what, that's fine. I'm pretty happy with this scenario. Just, again, we've got loads of 2 stars. Happy to continue the win streak, get myself above 50 gold. But I did know that I did see that people were catching up with me. There was a guy called, at the bottom, Yuru Rush, who had the beginnings of a very strong warrior mage comp. And I could see that, I wasn't actually as far ahead as I was previously. So I need to use the next few rounds to essentially generate a massive experience lead, because the one thing that I need to take advantage of when I'm getting all of this extra gold income per turn is having a massive experience lead is going to help me later on when I want to roll. If I invest in experience now when there is no need to roll because I've already got a lot of my core units at 2-star, or a lot of units at 2-star, everything else should be going into experience. And the reason everything else should be going into experience is because the more money I invest into experience now, the less I have to worry about it later when I'm searching for like level 9 or level 8. There is also a case to say go to level 8 early here, but there wasn't really, apart from the source, there wasn't really like a fantastic unit that I'd want to put in. I think there is a case to say going to level 8 next round is probably okay with the source, because it's a 2-star unit. It gives me a lot of mana. Everybody benefits from mana on this comp. There's a lot of ability users, but it's not necessary. Like, I could have waited to round 21 as well. So right here you can see, like, this is the Euro Rush guy, and this is the guy who actually was the one scary guy in the game. So I was like, okay, I definitely need to like consider kind of just investing into experience to consolidate my lead, because you can see he beat me. He knocked my streak off. Like, he absolutely crushed me. And he's got a strong mage comp with that Flaming Wizard as well. Flaming Wizard is a great mid-game mage that is very good versus single target units. So I was like, crap, that's my win streak down the drain. Now, he's the only person in this lobby I think that can beat me, so I wasn't going to panic and start like mega rolling, because there wasn't really anything that I was looking for realistically. What I'm doing here is just like, okay, right, I'm still top in the lobby, I've still got loads of HP, and I was considering the Ogre Mage as well, even though we can say goodbye to Ogre Mage, rip Ogre Mage. I was still the strongest guy in the lobby, obviously. And I was like, okay, well, I beat everybody else apart from that guy, right? I think I pretty much beat everybody else apart from that guy. So let's still continue to just ramp all of our money into level 8 and then beyond, because everybody else loses to us. It's just that one guy that beats us. So it's not that big of a deal if I have to just spend my time investing into levels, because everybody else loses to us. So you can see here, like, again, I'm like still winning versus Hoss, who is like the 3rd place guy. He's on a lose streak, obviously, but I'm still winning versus these people that I was beating previously, so that's not a big deal. Sorry if you guys can hear anything in the background. Obviously, it's just I'm in an office, so. And so here I was like, okay, well, let's just keep going into experience. Also, I was at this point pretty convinced that Beast Warrior was not going to be a thing. So, like, I can sell those Tusk champions, because like Beast Warrior is just not my game plan now. Like, I haven't picked up enough core units. Obviously, the Berserker there is nice, and that's what I was considering. I was like, okay, Berserker's like a core unit for Beast Warrior. Like, I could go Beast Warrior, but if you look at the actual lobby, there's a lot of warrior players. There was me and 3 other guys, like 4 people going for warriors in some way, shape or form. So I was competing across the board, and it was just never going to happen. So what I did is I was like, okay, let's go mages. Like, there's only a couple of guys going mages. I already have the core unit, so it's not like I'm competing for things like Thunder Spirit with these guys, because I've already got that to level 2. So at this point I was like, okay, sweet. I actually do a little hop dodge here. My Ripper dodges the Wind Ranger arrow, which was really nice. We ended up winning by a very small amount. But at this point, I'm like, okay, like, now I need to find Tortola Elder. Like, Tortola Elder is obviously going to be a big thing for me. I actually pick up the Dark Spirit here, because I'm like, oh, Dark Spirit, that's actually pretty good. Like, I can just get rid of the Goblin buff now. It's basically irrelevant. Dark Spirit gives me the Spirit buff. And also Dark Spirit is pretty good versus a lot of these warrior comps. I pick up Doom as well, because Doom is like a good warrior to have in like a mage warrior composition, especially if I can get him to level 2, and I don't have any Shadow Devils, so you either usually choose between Doom or Shadow Devil when it comes to a 3-mage human composition, because Doom gives you that single target silence, which can be really clutch, and adds another silence into the field. Shadow Devil is just more burst damage, which is obviously good versus warriors and things like that. But I actually think versus like the Mage Mirror, having the extra silence is often really important. That's why that's why I've got picking up the Doom. So I'm also thinking about getting to level 9. Like, I actually don't think level 10 is even that important for the composition that I want to go, but actually being so far in the lead, it's a good idea to just go to level 9. Like, Tortola Elder being picked up here was a massive thing for me. It also means I can transition into more of like a side into like a more boxed side composition thing. And you can see here I'm going to put Doom on. I'm going to keep Skybreaker. The reason I didn't keep Ripper, even though I think Ripper's the better tank, is because Ripper had all my items, and I wanted to give those items to other people. So I basically was like, okay, right, I need to get rid of Ripper now. He's got all my items, don't need him anymore. Let's transition into a proper mage comp, and that's what I did. So I transitioned into a 3 mage comp here. Not a full human mage comp because I don't have the pirate captain, but I transitioned into a mage comp with Dark Spirit, which is really good versus the people like this, because the Dark Spirit does a lot of damage to knights, and you can see not doing as much as, you know, say the Thunder Spirit was, but you know, he did quite a lot of work. Although you can see here, Source is just never going to beat Agali Knight. Like, it's just never going to happen. So this is a very long, drawn-out fight. But you can see that I made that full transition all the way back from round 12, picking up that level 2 Thunder Spirit. I transitioned away from what I thought was going to be Beast Warriors because I wasn't picking up the core units, and things like Abyssal Guard were one of the core units. Finally, ended up picking up the Werewolf here, which gives me that front line for the human mage. I just need to find the pirate captain. I can get rid of something like Skybreaker or Swordman. I also picked up the Shadow Devil here because there is a chance that obviously getting a level 2 Shadow Devil I can get rid of Doom and go pirate captain and keep Swordman on, for instance. There's a lot of options when it comes to the late game here. A lot of options when it comes to the late game, which is why I was keeping my options open. I was also investing as much as I could into experience, just for the simple fact that obviously experience is, like I said, the main way to compound an advantage when it comes to auto chess. Like, just experience is just a really good way to compound an advantage, and if you're already winning, it just makes you win a little bit harder. So I'm starting to lose to people here. Eventually that really strong mid-game comp that I had with the level 2 Swordman and all that kind of stuff, that falls off, and then I also transitioned and made myself a little bit weaker going into this mage comp. So, you know, I'm basically thinking about what I want here. I want level 9, absolutely, because I'm so close to it, but I also need to start to find really core 2-stars. Like, I need to find 2-star Doom, I need to find 2-star Tortola Elder. I'd like to find Pirate Captain and get him to 2-star. Like, there is a lot of stuff still in the air that I need to find to make this composition good, but because I have so much HP, I don't need to stress about it. I can chill. I can go probably all the way to round 25 and not worry too much about the way that my health is going to be over the next few rounds, but I have definitely made myself weaker overall, and Tortola Elder level 1 is kind of bad, so that's kind of always something else that you're going to have to consider. Alright, so you can see now it's just kind of like surviving as long as physically possible, trying to beat the players that have managed to build up their compositions. I made a very, very big transition into mages, and I'm obviously competing for things like Tortola Elder with the other couple of mage players. And essentially this is just the period of the game where you're like, okay, let's balance between experience. Let's balance between experience input and balance between generating core 2-star units. And my core 2-star units, like I said, that I'm looking for is Doom, Tortola Elder. There's another Tortola Elder. I'm obviously looking for Pirate Captain as well. God of Thunder is like a massive pickup, by the way, because I was like, okay, damn, I'm just going to get rid of something now. I'm getting rid of Skybreaker. And I'm like, I kind of want to put all that the mana generation items onto my God of Thunder. Like, I put this on him, and I'm like, wait a second, I could get an Orb of Refresh on my God of Thunder. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So you can see here that I set myself up for a level 9 next turn. I've now got God of Thunder, which is a really brilliant mage. And I'm like, wait a second, if I pick up other mages, can I just literally go 6 mages here? Like, I've picked up God of Thunder, which is one of the hardest things to get in a mage composition. Could I literally just go 6 mages if I picked up, another set of mages here? I also would obviously need Pirate Captain, but, like, this would be a really big opportunity for me to get a game-winning build. Like, I would obviously get top 3, I think, whatever happens in this situation, but this would be a really big opportunity for me to get a literal game-winning build. So Blight Sorcerer comes down the next turn, and you're like, okay, I'm being given a sign here, and that sign is 100% go mages. So basically I start picking up everything that's like 6 mage orientated, and I'm like, okay, well now I've got Blight Sorcerer and God of Thunder, just stick a random 1-star Ogre Mage in, and bam, Bob's your uncle, you have now got a 6 mage composition. Obviously Ogre Mage doesn't exist anymore, so I'd need to have used the Feathered Dragon instead. So if we're just assuming this is on the new patch, what I would have done is use the Feathered Dragon. You do lose a tank when you take out Ogre Mage with your 6 Mage composition, so that makes it a little bit more risky. So you have to find another way to get a tank in there. But you can run Doom and Pirate Captain, you know, as your main tanks for, and maybe something else at level 9. So it's not like the end of the world if you have to get rid of your Ogre Mage. But this is basically a crazy kind of like transition. And I also pick up Pirate Captain the next turn as well, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And this is basically perfect. Like, I've just got like the perfect 6 Mage composition here. I even start picking up more random Dooms just in case I want to think about going 2-star. I also pick up a Helicopter, which is just absolutely insane, by the way. In fact, so much so that it's good enough for me to get rid of my Werewolf, because Helicopter's burst damage is just absolutely ridiculous. So now I've got 3 legendaries on the field. I've got like one of the most ridiculous level burst damage compositions that you could possibly hope for. With a 6 Mage composition, I'm really strong. I'm happy to roll down and find crucial 2-stars, which is like my 2-star Pirate Captain. I want to find a 2-star Tortola Elder. I want to find a 2-star just Ogre Mage, so I just don't have a random 1-star Ogre Mage on the field. I also have a potential 2-star God of Thunder waiting for me, so if I find an egg or anything, I've got like a 2-star legendary. I also have the opportunity to 2-star my Helicopter. I have the opportunity to 2-star my Blight Sorcerer. Like, this is just a ridiculous late game comp that I kind of fell into, and that was obviously a massive thing. So I'm like, okay, now I'm like in a situation where I'm basically going to be unbeatable, so I'm happy to roll down my gold to find like the crucial units that I'm looking for. And you can see here that I'm really lacking on board space, so I'm just really hoping that I find the core 2-star units and end up finding like Pirate Captain and Ogre Mage in one go, which frees up a nice bit of board space. Primarily looking for Tortola Elder, and that basically cleans things up. But you can see here, like, if you're just looking at what I've got going, I've got a pair of Helicopters, a pair of Blight Sorcerers, a pair of God of Thunders, a pair of Tortola Elders, and I have some random Dooms. I'm never getting doomed to 3-star here. I'm pretty accepting of the fact that I'm never getting doomed to 3-star in this situation. But yeah, just like this entire composition is insane, and obviously Helicopter and God of Thunder just deal a ridiculous amount of damage, and Helicopter is such a core unit in a 6 Mage composition because it's just way too much AoE for anything. Like, you need a Helicopter. If you're going 6 Mages, you need to find a way to fit a Helicopter in, because it is just an absolutely ridiculous addition to a 6 Mage composition. I'm sorry if you can't see me, by the way. I haven't been doing the videos because it's you can't really record when you're in the Riot offices. So I'm looking at the guys who are my competitors. There is the guy who kind of came up from the very bottom, the guy who's playing the human mage comp with the random spirits involved. I think I beat him because I've got the Helicopter. Because he's grouped up in the corner, the Helicopter just like decimates opponent mage compositions, especially when you're running 6 mages. And you'll see here, even versus Knights, like, I'm just going to absolutely shred this guy. First with God of Thunder, but I'm also going to shred him with Pirate Captain. I'm going to shred him with Helicopter. Like, even with the Knight bonus, it's just absolutely insane. And suddenly, I see, oh my god, I have got Orb of Refresh again on God of Thunder. That is absolutely ridiculous. And a couple of other people die, and I'm like, wait, they're just giving me all of these mana generation items. This is just absolutely ridiculous. So as you can see here, I'm like, whoa, I've just got too much stuff going on. I also give Doom Arbiter this, which makes him really powerful because he won't get locked down in the early game. And in general, I'm just like, okay, like, this is just, I'm stacked. Like, there's just no way that I can lose here. I'm getting loads of legendaries. Unfortunately, they're not the right legendaries that I actually want. And you can also see the fact that I essentially have got the potential for 2-star legendaries all over the board, either by picking up the legendary unit themselves, or if I find an egg. That's just insane. So this is versus the guy who, by the way, was beating me earlier in the game, and yeah, just not even close. Like, absolutely smashed him. 6 mages are just ridiculous, and I ended up knocking the other guy out here. So it becomes a 1v1 dance now between me and the other mage player. Me playing 6 mages, but with an incredibly stacked 6 mage composition, and him playing 3 mages, but with a pretty beefy front line. We actually have a pretty long extended late game here, because I will show you why in a minute, but this guy just had like just the most insane stuff. Like, in terms of like beefy boys, this guy had beefy boys, like a lot of beefy boys. I am desperately looking for like a 3-star Ogre Mage, and desperately looking for like 2-star legendaries here, because 2-star legendaries are obviously going to make my life 10 times easier versus this guy. But we're basically in a late game dance at this point. Like, this is just late game dance territory. If you're wondering why I'm putting pretty much all of my attack damage items onto my Tortola Elder, the more damage he does, the more quickly he generates mana, and that's obviously really important for me, because he's very, very good at just like blowing up the backline. And you can see here, again, still just... I don't need to save my gold. Like, I'm not going for level 10. Level 10 doesn't really offer me much more than I've already got. Like, I don't need it to beat this guy. I'm basically just looking for... I don't need it to beat this guy. I'm basically just looking for my legendaries. So every time I roll, I'm looking for egg or a legendary. And that's the way I'm dealing with it. You can see I split my stuff out slightly. That's because I don't want... I mean, he keeps everything in the corner, but I don't want everything to get hit by a Tortola Elder ultimate. I also would, if possible, like him to have his Tortola Elder ultimate pointed off to the side. You're also seeing how Doom is good here. Doom is targeting his Tortola Elder almost all the time. The one thing that I'm struggling with is this guy, this beefy Tusk boy, and I want to kind of show you why in a minute. Hopefully I'll hover over the items. I can't remember if I did in game. I think I did. I also just skipped over an Ogre Mage there, by the way. So there's God of Thunder. I'm like, screw you, Ogre Mage. Like, I don't care. Got 2-star God of Thunder. Way more important. Bang, 2-star God of Thunder with Refresher Orb. The next time this happens, you'll probably see it. But essentially what happens is that his Tusk Champion has got like a load of magic resist. Like, his Tusk Champion has got a ludicrous amount of magic resist, which is making it very difficult, even with 6 mages, for me to beat him. He's also got that thing that means that he can't actually he's not affected by abilities at the start of the turn for like 8 seconds. You can see he's just not affected by anything here. Like, the damage is going through, but I mean, just look at the amount of magic resist he's got. He's got that staff. He's got the anti-magic cloak. Like, he's just a tanky boy, like a real tanky boy, which makes it very difficult for me to win this game, or at least like effectively win this game, if you know what I'm saying. I still have like a lot of 2-stars to go for here. In terms of priority, God of Thunder was obviously an easy one because I picked up the God of Thunder, but if I got an egg, if you're wondering which one I would upgrade first out of Blight Sorcerer and Helicopter, it is 100% Helicopter 100% of the time. Helicopter is such an important unit in this particular matchup because the burst damage that it deals in an area is huge. So that's why I would upgrade Helicopter over Blight Sorcerer. If I was going up against Knights, for instance, I would upgrade Blight Sorcerer. But because I'm going up against another Mage composition, I'm upgrading. Because I'm going up against another Mage composition, I'm upgrading Helicopter because it's more important to me. Something you're seeing here is the result of the insane magic resist that this Tusk Champion's got. Like, actually ended up beating me. There's the egg. So I'm like, I don't actually want to sell anything for this, so I'm happy to just lock it till the next turn. But I really don't want to beat him before I get 2 3-star legendaries. I'm like, I really don't want to win until I get like 2 3-star legendaries. That'd be ideal. My laptop smells like it's burning. Wow. I really hope my laptop doesn't burn. That would be ideal. Kind of smells like it's burning. Okay, well, the video's nearly over. So, guys, pray for me. Hopefully my laptop doesn't set on fire. We are in a very hot room. So we've just got to pray for me and hope that my laptop doesn't set on fire. But it does kind of smell like it's burning, and I feel, yeah, not ideal. So you can see here, like, again, the Tusk Champion just is a massive issue for me. The Tusk Champion is just a massive issue for me. 2-star God of Thunder will do some work, but I mean, he's just having a really good time with that Tusk Champion with all the magic resist, and I don't really have a good way to beat it. The best way for me is going to be getting Helicopter to 2-star, because actually Helicopter at 2-star has got some pretty solid attack damage, just like as base attack damage, with a base attack speed that was really high. So essentially I'm just looking to get Helicopter to 2-star, because not only would the burst damage be good at wiping out his backline, but also the normal basic attack damage is really good versus something like that Tusk Champion that's just got so much magic resist. So we're going to take on Black Dragon King here. Black Dragon King is obviously Black Dragon King, just going to get it over with. I've got God of Thunder, so I should be able to like one-shot him, as you can see. Very, 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 very good. Pick up Steel Plate Mail, not really useful in this matchup. The reason I'm going to give it over to God of Thunder is because I've noticed that he's usually the one that's surviving versus Tusk Champion. So just giving him a random Steel Plate Mail, if I ever have to go into a 1v1 scenario with just him and Tusk Champion, like, he's going to survive longer and maybe get his ult off again. So that's why I kept God of Thunder here in this scenario. because, or put it on God of Thunder, because basically him surviving versus Tusk Champion is pretty important. You might wonder why I moved the Tortollerelda over. That's because I want Tortollerelda to get a really good clean swipe diagonally versus this guy. So by putting him on the other side, it just means that he's going to get a really, really big clean swipe over their entire team. And that's kind of what I'm aiming for here. Just aiming for a big clean swipe over the entire team, which you'll see here happens now. Bang, kill everything. And now it's just me versus Tusk Champion again. And you can see here, I want to just watch the damage that Helicopter's doing. He's actually doing quite a lot of damage to Tusk Champion. Not enough to kill him, like we don't kill him on this turn, but you can see that the level 2 Helicopter is actually doing some serious work. I pick up another egg, bam, 2-star Thunder Spirit, so 2-star Blight Sorcerer, sorry, and we are in the money. Like there's just no way we get beaten with 3 2-star legendaries, and with all of the mages that we've got. I've got to keep an eye on positioning, of course, like it's always really good to keep an eye on positioning. I'm basically coming down to the fact that I think I've basically won this. I noticed that he's just moving things to try and get in front of my Tortollerelda, so I just move things out in the way, but still keep everything like moderately split up. Which you can see here, he's actually picked up magic resist as well, which is actually really, really clever of him. Picking up that Tsunami Stalker was actually a really, really clever addition to his lineup, but it's not good enough with all of the legendaries that I've got at this point. And you can see here we just kind of clean him up and we end up winning the game. Right, I gotta go before my laptop starts burning, but I love you all, and I hope you have a great day.